Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, which most of you probably are new here, welcome to my channel. I am so glad you clicked on this video, and I'm so glad you're actually checking out my channel and seeing what I have to offer. It means the absolute world to me, and I hope you stick with me on this crazy journey because it is going to be a crazy journey. Now, by the title of this video is not clickbait at all. It is 100% true. Frankie, dropped out of college at the age of 18. I was only there for one semester, and it was basically curtains after that. I didn't plan this. I didn't plan to drop out. It wasn't. I'm about to tell you why. First, I'm going to start off with my experience, a little bit about the school I went to and things like that. Well, my dream has always been to go to college, whether it was for the education, the experience, whatever it was. College life just fit me perfectly, so I thought. Like walking to class, being on campus, being in dorms, going to parties, meeting new people, eating the food in the cafeteria, just having the freedom. And on top of that, I'm learning about my career. It was just like a win-win situation. I was like, hell yeah, I want to go to college one day. Like, why not? But so that was always my dream. And when I actually became a senior and when I actually started applying to colleges, it was surreal because I was searching high and low for the perfect university that would fit me and my needs. Stop, Brody. And I found it. I spent my first semester and my only semester at the luxurious University of Southern Miss in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I absolutely fell in love with that school before I even stepped foot on the campus. When I Googled and was searching schools dedicated to my major and USM popped up, I went on the website, fell in love instantly. Instantly, I knew that school was the school for me. And I still feel that way. I still feel that USM is one of the colleges that I would really want to be at if I decide to go back. But I'm probably not. And I'm going to tell you why. So I moved into USM August 24th, 2018. Started classes August 29th, 2018. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was honestly one of the best days and one of the most proudest days of my life because I've been working to get myself in college for like the past 10 years of my life. Since I was in middle school, probably even younger than that, I had the dream of going to college. So to actually be on the campus that I actually worked my butt off to get into, USM was my top choice, number one choice in schools. And when I actually got accepted into it, I cried. I cried and I cried and I cried because I was so happy. Now, the months I spent at USM were great. They had the ups and downs. I met amazing people who I still think about to this day. If you're watching this, you know who you are. The people who I hit the yard with, all types of stuff, walking to classes with, going to the fresh with, going to the pod with, just jumping in the car, going to Walmart with, just seeing people passing by, speaking to them, going to the gym, all that. Everybody who I met at USM, I love you from the bottom of my heart. You were a part of my experience and you are the reason why I'm making this video. Now, the classes were great. Everything was honestly good. It really was, up until about the middle of the semester when I realized I still had a balance. Now, when you go to college, your college is gonna have an app, most likely. That's where all your grades are gonna be, all your finances are gonna be, classes, everything on that app. So I log into the app, right, and I see I still have a balance of like $6,000, and I'm like, that can't be good. So your remaining balance is the amount that's left over after financial aid, scholarships, grants, everything, how much that was there after all that is taken care of. Now, after I didn't have scholarships, I'll be the first one to tell you, I didn't get not one scholarship to go to this school. I chose this school because this school had my major and I was deeply in love with the school. So I chose to go to that school without any scholarships. I had a grant though. Was it enough money? No. No tea, no shade. But once I found out that I still had a remaining balance, in the back of my head, I was like, okay, this balance is going to stop me from coming back next semester. I already knew that. And as soon as I found that out, I started working, trying to get that balance to decrease as low as possible so I can continue going to the school. Now, I went to the financial aid office and they told me what they probably tell most kids in my situation. Basically, there's nothing they can do. They gave me as much money as they possibly could for financial aid in my situation. They said, we can't give you any more money. You have the max amount that we could possibly give you for your situation. And I was like, well, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do? Help me. What am I going to do? So the only options I had left were loans. Now, my entire life, I was always against loans. I promised myself I would not take out a student loan because who knows when I'll be able to pay it back. The loan will only increase by the time, like, the further I take my education, the loan would just increase. And that's scary. Like, I'm only 18. I shouldn't have to be in debt, you know. That was freaking me out, but I was so desperate to really stay on campus and to stay on that school and to really continue my dream and my education that I was interested in taking out a loan. But I couldn't even do that because I didn't have a co-signer. I don't have credit. In order to get a student loan, you need to have good credit. No one's going to loan you money unless you have good credit, which will ensure and convince them that you can pay that money back. At the tender age of 18, I did not have good credit. If you're a teenager and you're watching this, you probably don't have good credit. So in those situations, you will have to ask a co-signer to co-sign your loan. Now, a co-signer is someone who will pay your loan back if you can't. Now, I couldn't even find a credit-worthy co-signer, so that itself was just like adding fuel to the fire. I was like, wow. I spent from October all the way until January. So from October of 2018 to January of 2019, I tried to find a loan. I tried to find a credit-worthy co-signer. I really exhausted all my resources trying to find this money. Now, I was able to get my balance down. It went from like $6,000 to $4,000 something, but of course I didn't have like $4,000 laying around. My mom didn't have it. There just was no money for me to continue my education, and that's honestly the reality of it, and that's the reality a lot of people face. Like, there's just no money to keep you through college. I mean, yeah, we can get you to college, but when it comes to actually putting you through college semester by semester, there's just not enough money. And that was heartbreaking to hear because I worked really hard to get into this university, and I worked really hard to be here just to have my financial situation hold me back. That itself was really heartbreaking to me, and that, like I said, that's just the reality to it. That's how it is. And to keep a long story short, that's why I dropped out of college at 18. Is because I still to this day cannot afford to go back to college. I just can't. Like, there's just no money. Like, simple. So that's why. Now, when I found that out, my goal wasn't to drop out altogether. My goal was to sit out for a semester and then return. I was going to give myself a semester to, I don't know, come up with the money or something. I was going to give myself a semester to really figure things out, honestly. And it really wasn't a choice. Like USM literally packed everything out of my dorm and kind of just, I felt like I was getting kicked out. Like, honestly and truthfully, that's how it is. No tea, no shade. That's just the reality of it. I couldn't afford to be there, so they sent me on my way. Now, I'm choosing not to go back to USM, and I'm choosing not to go back to probably any university that's the choice that I'm making for myself, because now, after sitting out for a semester, I feel like college is something that I just don't want to do anymore. I don't, and it's deeper than, just not feeling like getting up at 8 a.m. to go to class. Is way deeper than that. The education system is single-handedly the oldest system in the country and in the world. It is the oldest and the most unchanging system in the world. So with that being said, I feel like I can give myself a better education than I can at a university. Now hear me out. I am by no means a professional educator. I know what you're saying. That probably sounds like bullshit to a lot of you, but just hear me out. There's more ways to continue your education without a four-year university. For example, you can take online classes, whether that's at your local community college, which is a lot more affordable. A lot of people sleep on community college, and a lot of schools don't really promote community college as much as they do universities. I don't know why there's such a bad reputation on community college, but community college is affordable. You'll get your degree faster. It's cheap, easy, straight to the point. It's college without the college experience, So I think that's why most kids don't go towards community college, because most kids go to college for the experience, not the education. I'm kind of over the experience, even though I was only there for a semester. I went to parties, I did drugs, I did that, I pretty much did it all within that first semester, so I'm pretty much over the whole experience thing. So now I'm at the point to where, okay, I'm not in college anymore. What am I going to do? What am I going to do with my life for the next etc. years? So the months that I've spent outside of college, I've spent that finding myself. And one thing that I learned about myself is that I'm really interested in entrepreneurship and business and management and owning your own business. Like, something about starting something from the ground and just growing it up really fascinates me and really motivates me, and that's what really makes me excited. So my future will be working on YouTube, this channel, and another channel I have with my boyfriend. I'm going to work. I just got the best job I have ever had in my life. This is the highest paying job I've ever had, and I've been working since I was 16 years old. So I just got hired at the best job I've ever had, and I start tomorrow, and I'm going to travel. A lot of my money and my time I am going to invest in traveling around the country and traveling around the world, and that's how I'm going to educate myself. I'm going to live in different cultures for a few weeks, a few days, maybe even a month or a few months one time. I'm just going to travel, live in different culture, read books. I have a very elaborate book collection, by the way. I'm just going to educate myself by living life day by day, as opposed to, going to a classroom. Now, that's not to say I'll never go back to college, because I'm not really sure if I want to go back. Me talking to you guys right now, I do not want to go back. I really don't. I'd rather just focus on myself like I have been doing. I've found more peace within myself being outside of college than I have my entire life. Like, this is the happiest I've ever been. So I'm just going to work on myself, continue educating myself with books, traveling, living different cultures, etc., etc., etc. Enough about me. Now I'm going to give you guys tips, because it's college season. A lot of seniors are graduating. A lot of seniors are going to high school from my city, from all over the world. It's just that time. It's that time. It's that season. So now, at this point in the video, I'm going to give you guys tips for college students who are already in college and my incoming college students, because I know you guys are excited. I was excited too. You have every right to be excited. You literally busted your ass to get to the university that you're going to. Give yourself a pat on the back and be proud of yourself, because that is an amazing accomplishment. And if no one told you, I'm telling you now, I am so proud of you, and I wish nothing but blessings to all your future goals. But something that I hope high schoolers and anybody who's interested in going to college take away from this video is, don't do what I did. Don't let your excitement get in the way of reality. Like, when you're looking for colleges to go to, really look at the cost of tuition and really look at your family's situation. Like, if you think you're not going to afford the entire 4 years, then don't go. Because nothing's more heartbreaking than going to a school and then being ripped out of that school because you can't afford it. Talk to whoever you need to talk to about finances, because finances are really important. And when you're looking at those numbers, they're just numbers. You don't really know the weight that it'll hold until you find out that you really can't afford it. So before you get your heart set on the school, really make sure you can afford it, and try to get as many scholarships and grants that you can, because that's free money. But with that being said, it's not that easy getting scholarships, because I spent a lot of time trying to get all different kinds of scholarships. It's not as easy as people make it seem, but if your grades are good, if you're active, or if you're just a regular high school student who just goes to class and go home right after, like I was, just keep searching and everything. I feel like grants are just a little bit more easier to get than scholarships. I'm not sure. But talk to whoever you need to talk to. Talk to your parents. Talk to your family. Talk to anybody. Find out who in your family has good credit, because I promise you, you're going to need them. You are going to need someone with good credit to get you through college. That's just life. Talk to your counselors at school. Talk to anybody. Talk to anybody and hear their experiences with college, and just make sure that you can afford it before you go. Like, there's a quote that said, if you can't afford to buy it twice, don't buy it in the first place. And another thing, don't be stubborn like how I was. Like I said, I had my heart and my mind set on USM before I even stepped foot on the campus. Don't do that. Be open to more colleges and more universities, and don't be open on a set major. For example, my major was forensic science. That's a very specific major that not many schools have. But almost every school has biology, chemistry, things like that. For your career, look at your career and see the concentrations and see the majors that your career would need. So, yeah. And most importantly, don't go to college if education isn't your dream. If you find yourself only going to college because your grandmother wanted you to go, or because your mom wanted you to go, or just make your old teacher proud, don't go. College is something that you have to do for yourself, because if you're not doing it for yourself, you're not going to make it. And that's just how it is. This is your time. This is your money. This is your life. If you don't want to go to college, then put your foot down and tell your parents, hey, I want to do something else with my life. I don't want to go to college. I want to start a business. Can you help me start a business? I want to start YouTube. I want to work. Sometimes you just don't want to go to school. Sometimes you just want to work, make money, save your money, and do whatever you want to do. And you have that right, because this is your life. So, and most importantly, do not feel like college is the only way out of your current situation. College isn't the only thing that can get you out the hood. College isn't the only thing that's going to get you out of your mom's house. College isn't the only way you can be successful. This is a number one reason you will be successful: if you're not lazy, and if you have good work ethic, and if you're motivated, and if you have a grind. If you have that in you already, anything you do and anything you touch will be successful. And that's about it. I'm just a regular girl in New Orleans who's just trying to figure things out. And I feel like a lot of kids my age, I'm currently 19 now. I turned 19 at the beginning of the year. A lot of kids my age, they're just figuring things out. And it's so hard when you're 18, 19, 17, when you're in those high school ages. It's so hard because your mind changes every day. Your heart changes every day. what you thought you wanted a few months down the road, you're not even interested anymore. You're just trying to figure things out, and becoming an adult is really, really hard. But I think that's about it. Now, I am a college dropout. Proud to say that, because I already know that I'm going to be successful. Like, there's not a doubt in my mind that I'm not going to be successful. I have so many plans and dreams and aspirations for myself that don't involve a degree. So if I can do it, you can do it too. I'm still doing the damn thing. You can do it too. And that's all I really have to talk about with you guys. You guys could expect a lot of videos from here on out. This is just a video that I really wanted to get off my heart and off my chest. If you're at USM and if you're wondering if I'm coming back, I'm not. Hate to break it to you. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I really wish I could have stayed and got to know all of you more, because I was only there for one semester. But like I said, I'm happier, I'm healthier, I'm in a better mind space. I have never been more motivated in my life. So